Good evening, darlings, and a very warm welcome to New Year's Day night, Thursday night, live. Welcome, whatever this is, a very warm welcome to it. And I am almost pickled with the sheer joy of the prospect of spending the next hour in your fabulous company as we wave away New Year's Day, or Thursday if you prefer, and we welcome in Friday. Poets' Day, darlings. Piss off early. Tomorrow's Saturday. Yes. We are, God, it's all mad at the moment, isn't it? I suppose it's not mad, is it? Because it's all done with now. It's all done with, except it kind of isn't, because there's a weekend coming up, and everything's not back to normal completely. And I don't know when the bin's going to be collected. And I haven't caught up with my sleep yet, but all will return to normal next week. So we're nearly there. We have survived the festive period. Anyway, we are going to wave away. No, we're not, are we? Hang on. Yes, that's right. It's Thursday, isn't it? So, yeah, we are welcoming in Friday. Of course we are. Of course we are. But for some of you, you'll still be off work, I imagine, or school, or university, or prison, or wherever it is you spend most of your days. Anyway, the point is we're going to wave away today in the company of our perennial and permanent pals, our matching pair of his and hers, highly powered hedgehogs of truth. You know their powers. Use them with wisdom and restraint. We are not being joined by Two-Ton Ted the Tentington, or indeed the Netty Petty Pisspot, neither of whom are getting a tickle. However, Sean's box is with us and ready and waiting to receive a pounding. We have got the community portable electronic telephonic device upon which you could, many would argue should, and I hope jolly well will, leave a message. And what else? Well, it's going to be a massive celebration tonight, darlings, not only because it's a new year and New Year's Day, the first day of 2026, but we have got birthdays in the house to celebrate, quite a few of them. So it's just going to be a massive night of fun and celebration and merriment and jolliment and jolliment? That's not even a word, but we're going to have some of it anyway. And I'm very much looking forward to it. And then we'll all have some supper and go to bed and get some bleeding sleep. Now then, I can't wait to jump into your comments and see what you lot are chatting about. Oh, big news. The Monzo 1p saving challenge. I'm doing it again. Right, if you remember, I did it last year. I completely failed because there came a point after however many months it was when I couldn't afford the money that was going into the 1p savings challenge. And I needed the money that was in it to pay for things. This year, I'm going to try and complete it. I'm determined to do it 1 year. For those who don't know, the 1p savings challenge, there are many similar things around, organised by different organisations and banks. I'm doing the Monzo one. So they move on day one, which is today, they move 1 penny out of your current account and into the 1p savings challenge pot. Tomorrow they will move 2p, the day after 3p, and so on and so on and so on, right through to day 365, where they will remove £3.65. And if you completely are successful and succeed at it, you get, or you will have in your pot in 1 year's time, hold on, I will give you the exact figure because accuracy is important to us. You will get £667.85p. At the moment, I've got 1 penny in there. So, yeah, I'm determined to try and do it this year. I failed miserably last year. There were 3 of us doing it, and we all failed. But there we are. So, I'm looking forward to getting to your comments. But before we do any of that, I am going to celebrate the birthdays and the new year, and the fact that I've survived another night, which again has been ridiculously busy. I am, do you know, we're all exhausted. We're all hanging out of our bottoms. Um, and I mean, they've worked a lot harder than I have, so they'll be more tired. But then I'm a lot older than they are. So I've got a right to be at least as tired as they are, and I'm going to claim that right. But yeah, I'm going to celebrate with a goodly slurp of well-deserved wine, and then we'll see what you lot are up to. So, cheers, darlings, your very good health. Happy New Year to you, and happy birthday, anybody who is celebrating their birthday, which is all of you, because the birthdays today that I know of, there might be more, it is, of course, darling Nettie's birthday. Darling Nettie, who's just the other side of that wall, is 37 years young today. So, happy birthday, Nettie. But it is also all of our birthdays, because it is the channel's birthday. I completely forgot about this until YouTube reminded me. Now, if you look on my namey YouTube thingy, it'll say that it was launched in 2021 or something. That's when the YouTube account was launched. The channel, the actual channel, was launched 4 years ago today. And if you look back to my very first video, that was done on New Year's Day 4 years ago. So that would have been 2022. Now, the channel, so yeah, technically and officially, the channel is 4 years old today. I didn't take it very seriously to begin with, and there was a rebrand part of the way through, because the channel that launched 4 years ago today was £500 Cheap Car Challenge, which became Boaty's World. But there you are. So let's raise our glasses to okay. Let's raise our glasses to Nettie, happy birthday, and to the channel, and therefore all of us. So, cheers, darlings, your very good health. Bottoms up if you're lucky, lads. Up yours if you're not careful, ladies. Don't be taken unawares. Keep your hand on your halfpennies. And above all, to each and every one of you, with joy cascading down both nostrils and with sincerity and integrity trumpeting out of my back bottom, get stuffed. Here we go. Oh, that's nice. That's nice and very welcome. Right, what was that ping? Okay. Right. I'll quickly whiz back in the comments and let's say hello to a few people. Joining us tonight in no particular order of appearance, merit, height or bra size, we have Survive Thrive 25, Stew 69 through K, Reverend Paul Hughes, Peter P, Josh all the way from New York, Rob Taylor, Danielle, lovely Danielle with Martin quite possibly. We hope so. Paula, the fabulous, full of hope. Raven, good evening, Raven. Who else we got? Pop 57, the lovely Pauline. Carl of the Lockpick, Emma Lemon of the eponymous YouTube channel, Emma Lemon. Paulie Galtieri, the fabulous Richard. SJ Bookworm, good evening to you. Okay, with three. Mike P, good evening. Quickly, right, let's whiz through these. I want to catch up, I want to celebrate. Who else have we got? Bunga Party, Barry Scrotter, the Honourable Alan Simpson, JB3, good evening. Yeah, I'm on time tonight. Mark Passad, the fabulous Mark Passad. Oh, everybody is in tonight, aren't they? This is fabulous. Right, come on, I'm catching up nicely. Simone, hooked on classics. Good evening to you. I'm flying through these. I'm doing really well. Oh, I should be so proud of myself. Boaty, good to see you home safe and sound after your busy week. It's still going. It's still going. I can't wait until Monday. I can't wait until Monday. Oh, yeah, good point. The flowers have carked it, haven't they? Right, who else have we got? Um, Anybody new? Anybody new? I'm piffling through these. Andrew Buttigieg, a very good evening. I've spotted Butty as was, of course, the Jamesy boy. Hello. Um, Poker Hunters. Poker Hunters. The Honourable Minister for Pants and Socks. Good evening, Poker. Uh, yeah, I'm the mad uncle. Human4960, hello to you. Mark Prasad has mostly been eating this evening roast pork, roast potatoes, roast parsnips, braised cabbage, and Yorkshire pudding. That sounds rather fabulous, doesn't it? Jimmy Quinn, good evening. Come on, I must be nearly there now. I must be nearly there now. Um, Oh, Simone's channel turned 11 yesterday. Happy birthday, Hooked on Classics. Today's dinner, says Paddy Scrotter, with sprouts, roast potatoes, normal potatoes, peas, carrots, broccoli, chicken, stuffing, parsnips, gravy, mint sauce, pudding with cheesecake celebrations, and a pint of chocolate milk. And a partridge in a pear tree. Boaty, being here from the start, do I get a gold watch? Asked Jimmy Quinn. Oh, you'll get something, mate. You will get something. My God, you've been here longer than me. Yeah, 4 years today. And happy birthday, Nettykins. The woman that captured my heart. My lovely Nettie. Janine Malibu Queen, good evening to you, you fabulous personage, you. Jonathan, hello. Come on, I must have bloody well nearly caught up now, surely to God. Um, bum, bum, bum. Come on, I can do it. Yes, I've caught up. Thank God for that. Oh, thank God for that. Right, what's this? Oh, it's from. Here we go.
Hello there, Mr. Boaty.
Hello.
It's me, Dougal, your emotional support dog.
Dougal.
Quack. I just thought I'd send you a little message to wish you a very happy new year and all the best for 2026. We had a wonderful time last night in Netty. Hamish and I started a little Kaylee, and we had some great dancing, some great singing, and some great shaking of tail feathers on the go.
Oh,
what a wonderful time we had. I thought I would leave you now with a little New Year joke. What is the last thing to go through a fly's mind when it hits your windscreen?
It's arsehole.
Oh, it's its bum. All the best, thank you, and have a happy new year. Quack.
And a happy new year to you, Dougal, and of course, dear Hamish too. And the good news for you guys is that your kindly Uncle Chris will soon be adding some water to your environment. Oh yes, your home is finally going to get plumbed in very soon. And you can do all of the things that ducks do when in their natural environment. That will be a great day. I can't wait to see you both floating around in Nettie's bathroom. I assume you float. Alan, do Hamish and Dougal float? And what about Gladys the scooter? I presume they'll leave her on the side of the basin. Unless Gladys is fitted with water wings. Oh dear. Oh, isn't it nice to have stuff to celebrate?
Dear Mr. Boaty.
Hello.
I know that you're absolutely dreadfully so, terribly, terribly tired. I understand. I'm also quite tired myself. Oh, it's Paola. Paola. But
We know.
Boaty, could you manage to gather up the energy to maybe pound that box? Ciao.
Ciao Bella. Right, here we go. Look at me, jumping up like a jack in the box. There's a bit of life left in the old dog yet. Well, till about midnight and then I'll fall apart. 1 box, Welsh, press call. £1. 3, 2, 1. That's another £1 in Sean's box. And don't forget, we've got a penny in the 1p saving challenge thing. Oh, excuse me. Oh, blowing my nose at you. Right, let's whiz back a little bit to the comments. Because I've been a good boy. I've been catching up with them. Where did I get to? Oh, somewhere around here, wasn't it? Simone had a princess chicken in white sauce with rice for dinner. Princess chicken. Oh, I'm not familiar with that. I'm sure it's lovely though. Oh, what have I missed with Andrew? Oh, thank you, Jimmy. Jimmy's just sent a £5 by PayPal. Happy channel birthday. Bless you, mate. Thank you very much. Oh, right, you've had a bad day. You've had a bad day, Andrew, but you haven't gone into details as yet. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. I am sorry to hear that. Nettie is like the queen mother of the channel, says Richard. Well, she's younger than me. She might be younger than you for all I know. I can't remember how old you are, if I actually knew. Kegon1, a very good evening to you. Ivor Cutler. I haven't heard him for ages. Jelly Mountain. I need to catch up with some of those. I just watched the crash video, says the Jamesy boy. Bloody hell, you were lucky, Boaty. Yeah. It wasn't a pleasant experience, I have to say. It wasn't a pleasant experience. And now you know why I keep having to blow my nose and sound like I've got a raving cold. Because since that night, I've had all of the symptoms of a raving cold. But obviously, it could have been a hell of a lot worse. So, yeah, count your blessings, I guess. I just came across this, says Ben Tasty Classics. Who's the bloke in the chair with the snotty nose? Well, that would be me, wouldn't it? Christopher, good evening. Wrinkles 55, good evening. And Wrinkles had bangers and mash tonight with proper homemade gravy. Fabulous. Bangers and mash with proper homemade gravy. That sounds fabulous. I haven't had bangers and mash for ages. Although it is a partial community snap because I had mash for lunch, but I had chicken and mash with green beans and white wine and white pepper gravy, which was jolly nice. Oh, hey, Hamish and Dougal float. However, if they do take in some water, it may exit their hole at high pressure, especially if you squeeze them. Happy Jesus Christ, I'm going into a bit of Irish there, am I not? Ha! I can't keep up that Scottish accent. Jesus Christ, no. Gladys can be turned into an amphibious scooter. Good old Gladys. Landlubber soon to be evicted. Yes, pretty much. Anyone old enough here to remember the hard winter of 1962? Asks Dan. Good evening, Dan. Um, I was watching the documentary about it. Robbo the man says, "Hi, Ben Tasty Classic. As a moderator, I can see you are not new here, but welcome back anyway." Ah, right. Well, welcome back, Ben Tasty Classics. Dan Fango, good evening to you. And Dan Fango says, "Hi, Dan. B. Yes, I remember it. I was 12 and broke my wrist." Oh, dear. You've gone from Ken Bruce to Teddy Wogan. Yeah. Yeah. Easy to do. Easy to do. I mean, let's face it. If you had the chance, you would too. Mike says, "Boaty still in the caravan tonight. Very toasty with the gas fire on. Keg on one had a full English for breakfast and a king prawn katsu curry for dinner, and is currently munching on stem ginger cookies." Ben Tasty Classic says, "Nice to meet you all. Got to go. Editing to do." And SJ Bookworm says, "Dan makes a brilliant bangers and mash and fried onions with onion gravy. Oh my God, I could definitely eat that now." And Robbo the man says again, "Are you suffering from amnesia, Ben? You have been watching and chatting in here for months." Oh, I see. It's a regular who's changed their channel name to the name of a famous or something, is it? Right, okay, okay. Good God, I've caught up with the comments again. I am on fire tonight, darlings. I am on top form. And I've given you lots of current and valid information. The One Piece Savings Challenge. Oh yes, that's going to be a thing. Tomorrow, 2p will be added to that, which will mean that we have 3p in total. So that's exciting, isn't it? And of course, tomorrow there'll be another pound going into Sean's box. Oh, isn't it all fabulous, darlings? Boaty asks, oh, hang on, I didn't mean to do that. Boaty asks Carl of the Lockpick, "Is Chris delivering your caravan for you?" Yeah, well, let's have some caravan news, shall we? Chris will be delivering it. Now, he's insisting that I go and view it before we finalise anything and make any arrangements. He points out that £7,000 is quite a lot of money. And although I've done my research into that model of caravan in particular, he has said that absolutely before we finalise anything or make arrangements for delivery, I have to go and view it and, you know, thoroughly inspect it. Sorry, darlings, blowing my nose. Because he wants to be certain that I'm entirely happy with it. And that makes sense, obviously. Now, in my mind, I'm intimately familiar with the layout of the caravan because I've geeked out over it. I've watched every YouTube video that features one. I've downloaded and perused the original brochure. So I know I'm going to like the layout and all of that, and, you know, and the colours of the interior and everything. So the only things that come into play, as I said before, are: is it in good condition, and is it worth the money? And I'm not really in a position to assess that because I don't entirely know what to look for. Yes, I know that you're supposed to have a damp meter and you're supposed to check that everything works and this and that and the other and whatever. But really, if I was buying another caravan, if I was buying a cheap and cheerful for like 800 quid or something, then I might just take a dive and trust to luck. But if I was buying another caravan for £7,000, I would pay Chris to inspect it thoroughly because he is a professional caravan and motorhome technician. That's what he does for a living. That's his business. And it's obviously his caravan. So what I'm planning to do is to go and view it, and just, use my own eyes and a bit of common sense and make sure everything's okay as far as I can see. And then just say to him, look, you seem to be an exceptionally nice man, fair and honest. Imagine that I'm paying you to inspect this caravan. You tell me if I should buy it. You highlight any issues that you find with it and tell me if it's good value for money. Now, I've looked into the price of things, and if it is as Chris describes it, and it will be, then it's excellent value for money. It's a bargain. It's a steal. I could drive it to Ireland. Well, I could tow it to Ireland and take £5 profit on it. Apparently, according to some of my research and a friend's research. So, yeah, and ultimately, as I say, Chris is a professional caravan and motorhome technician. He runs his own business, and I've got a YouTube channel. He would be suicidally insane to sell me a wrong un, wouldn't he? But that wouldn't enter my mind for a moment, because I instinctively trust the guy. Even before I met him, I thought, that's a sound guy, just from talking on the phone. You know how you do? And then obviously when I met him, and the way that he dealt with NETTY, and the way that he understood and stuff, he's just a really nice guy, and I can't imagine anybody that I would rather buy a caravan off. And he's going to be looking after it in the future, so, if he turns around in a month's time and says, well, this is wrong, the seller should have told you this, which obviously isn't going to happen, then I can say, well, you're the seller, matey, so you'd best repair it free of charge. But no, I'm sure it's all going to be grand. And he's quite right, of course. Obviously, I should go and inspect it. It's £7,000. That's not a small chunk of change. Well, it is for some people. It used to be for me. It's not now. It's an eye-watering amount of money. But yeah, obviously I should go and view it, and I will. And then we'll shake hands on it, and it will be delivered. So yes, Chris will be delivering it to the seasonal pitch, and he will be setting it up and giving me a walkthrough and showing me how things work and all of that. Might not be able to do that fully because I haven't bought gas bottles for it yet. And there will be other things I need, like a hookup lead, which there is one coming. I kind of need 2 electric hookup leads, because, and this is something else that I've neglected. Chris picked up on it, actually. NETTY's hookup lead isn't a proper one. It's a codged together, non-official thing. And I've got away with it. Nobody said I can't use it. But in theory, any site that I go to could say, well, you can't use that. That's not an official lead. That's a codged up, homey type version. And it is, NETTY's is. And I've just been lucky I've got away with it. So there is an EHU lead on its way, thanks to, in fact, I've got a, did I reply to that message? I don't think I did I? Oh, God, I've been so, I'm crap with messages anyway. But in fairness, I have been bloody busy. Yes. Yeah, thanks to the lovely Steve, who's been so helpful and so kind. Steve is, of course, now the owner of Sir Richard and Lady Morris, or Dick-a-Dum-Dum, or whatever he calls Dick-a-Dum-Dum, you know, the ex-Joseph Lloyd Rover 45 V6. There is a brand new orange hookup cable, which has been collected by the wonderful person from the half-privatised Royal Mail. And that is on its way to me. And it's brand new, and that's incredibly kind of Steve. Thank you very much. There is still one on the Amazon wish list, and that's why. Because really, I could kind of do with two. Because I've been getting away with Netties. This is it, look, because Nettie's plugged in here. Oh, that's as far as it'll stretch. Can you see that? You should be able to see that. And you can see it's black. And it's, and again, I was told about this by Nettie's previous owner. They said, look, because obviously when I bought Nettie, I didn't have the things that I would need, and the previous owner very kindly threw some things in to get me started, because obviously I went and got Nettie and went straight off on a two-night stay in Buxton without all of the things I needed. And to be fair, she said, look, I've got this lead, you can have it, but be aware it's not a proper one, it's a cobbled together version, it's not the correct colour, and you should replace it as soon as possible, because some sites will say you can't use that, it's not the approved type, and therefore you can't use it. And a bit like the Skylight, I've got away with it for, well, since March the 31st. But obviously Nettie should have the proper one. So if you're wondering why there's one on the way from Steve and there's still one on the Amazon thing, that is why. Oh, that was a long question, a long answer to a short question, wasn't it? Right, back to the comments. My granddad was Welsh, says Cairgorn1. Congratulations. Wrinkles 55. Hedgehog of Truth question, Boaty. How many ciggies do you smoke per day? As many as I possibly can. It varies depending on what I'm doing, but I squeeze in as many as I can. I am really quite assiduous in that regard. Nothing better, says Jonathan, than the sound of rain hitting the roof of the caravan when you're all snug and warm and full of beer. A good start to 2026. Nothing better? Sorry, my mind is just, I mean, I get what you're saying and I'm sure it will be fabulous, but I did just think about oral sex and I thought, well, that's quite nice, isn't it? From what I remember. Could that be as nice as being in a caravan in the rain? Possibly. Hedgehog of Truth question from Peter P. Have you ever eaten at Enigma Spa? I've never been inside Enigma Spa for any reason. Godfathers. Eaten? Did they serve it? Oh, right, okay. I don't think he's talking about food. But for all I know, Enigma Spa staff may well have eaten at the restaurant. They've never ordered a takeaway. Well, they might have, and they might have collected it. I mean, they wouldn't get a delivery, would they? They're like 50 yards away. That's a thought, isn't it? For all I know, the restaurant could be feeding the colleagues from Enigma Spa. Chris seems like a decent chap. He really does. He really does. Hedgehog of Truth question from Andrew Buttigieg. Boaty, as an ordained minister of the Church of the FSM, are you legally allowed to administer wedding doings? Hedgehog of Truth answer, yes. But it depends on the country. In most countries of the world, yes, I am. I'm allowed to do anything that an ordained minister of any other religion is allowed to do. So, weddings, funerals, exorcisms, bris, bar mitzvahs, you name it, I can do it. But it is country dependent. Some countries are more advanced than others. Now, the real acid test is the headgear. Most of the countries in the world, Andrew, yeah, absolutely. Pastafarianism is recognised as a mainstream religion, and as a ordained minister of the Pastafarian faith, of course, I'm accorded all of the rights and privileges of an ordained minister of any other religion, be it Catholicism or whatever, you know, same. Other countries are, a few are lagging behind a bit. And the acid test is really the driving license and passport. Because legally, in most countries, you are not allowed to have a hat on or headgear for your official passport, driving license, digital ID, unless it is religious headgear, for example, a turban. Now, we of the Pastafarian faith, we have our own religious headgear. And I will model mine for you now. It's not in the first flush of youth, but this is my official religious headgear. Now, as it is my official religious headgear, I should be legally permitted to be wearing this for my driving license, digital ID, passport photos, etc. And again, in most of the countries of the civilized world, I am absolutely allowed to do so. In other countries, we're still battling in other countries. So even as I speak, in numerous countries around the world, there are legal battles going on with members of the Pastafarian faith fighting for their rights, for their religious rights as the fastest growing religion in the world. Most countries have capitulated. I'm not entirely up to date on this, I must admit, but from memory, because it was Andrew who asked, wasn't it? From memory, in your country, in Australia, New Zealand, Australasia generally, absolutely no problem. We are, I would be afforded all of the rights and privileges of an ordained minister of any religion, and yeah, I could absolutely perform weddings and any other official function legally. And the same is true closer to home for 95% of Europe. And we'll get the other 5% sorted. We'll get there, we'll give their heads a wobble. Well, we're doing it at the moment, but it will very soon be 100% around the world. These things can take a little time, you know. What make and model is the Caravan, Boaty asks Richard. It is a Bailey Senator Wyoming. And if you go into the Facebook group, there is a brochure. But it is a 2008 Bailey Senator Wyoming. Twin axle, end bathroom, fixed bed, blah, blah, blah. It's huge. It's insanely big. It's massive. it's going to take a bit of towing. I will tow it. I will tow it. It's a challenge. I'm going to become a fully experienced caravanist. I'm going to learn everything, and I'm going to become expert and proficient at all of the doings, including towing the bloody great big sod. But I think we are going to have to add a vehicle to the fleet to tow it, because I don't think we've currently got anything that will tow the big swine. Oh, that wine is very nice indeed. Van life is the best life. Hop aboard, guys, says Jonathan. Survives Throw says, I want to know how you convinced the bank to get 7k off them. Oh, right, I got a message about that. I think there might have been a previous Hedgehog of Truth question that I missed. Right, the bank loan. Was there a Hedgehog of Truth question about the bank loan? Otherwise, I'll swerve it. I am, Mike P, I am, in theory, a professional driver. Yes, I have qualifications. But I must admit that at no point during my professional driving experience, none of that has involved towing. I haven't got an HGV or anything like that. My professional driving qualifications cover me for rigid up to 7.5 tons. Now, of course, I can tow. I've got whatever license it is that allows you to tow shit, because I'm old. Anybody my age has got that. But I haven't got a professional qualification in towing specifically. Neither do I have any experience. But, you know, I've been going to campsites over the space of this year, and I've seen old men do it. And if old men can do it, I can learn to do it. I'm not a totally useless driver. So no doubt I would make mistakes to begin with, and it would be a bit of a learning curve. But I'll learn, I will learn, and I will tow Roger Boaty. But not on day one. Chris will be delivering and setting up Roger Boaty, because I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. Some things are still confusing me, and I'm just going to have to learn all about them. For example, how do you level the Caravan? Because there's no guarantee that the pitch is going to be 100% level. So how do you level it? Now, I know that the Caravan has got stabilising feet on, well, on all corners normally, isn't it? And I think that my Caravan has got at least an extra one, because it's huge, and probably more than one. But I saw a video that said you can't use the stabilisers to raise the Caravan, because it will potentially damage the floor. So if you need to raise or lower one corner or one edge of the Caravan, how do you do it? That's confusing me. That's a question that I'm going to have to ask. And also, that kind of applies to Netty as well. Because Netty has got, she's well equipped, is Netty. Not all motorhomes have them, but Netty does. Netty has got factory fitted stabiliser feet at the rear. I've never used them. The previous owner never used them, but they are there and they may still work. So I'll get Chris to check those out. Yeah, we'll get those operative, and that will stop the Netty bounce when I walk from one end to the other. Not that it matters when you're just somewhere for a night. probably more faff than it's worth. But the aim with NETTY, with Chris's help, because Chris is going to be, he doesn't know it yet, but Chris is going to be a massive part of the channel. Whether he's on video or not, it's going to be a massive part of it. Because when, hopefully, we get into our new life and, you know, we're living a life that means that we're not constantly in debt, there will be projects. I'll talk about those in today's video. And Chris will be a massive part of those because he knows how to do things. And I don't. So, yeah, we'll ask him about that. Because I don't know how you level up a caravan. If you can't do it by using the feety things, how the hell do you get it level? What do you use? Do you have to get a jack under it? I haven't got a clue. These are all things that I need to learn about. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting because it's not just a lifestyle change, it's going to be a whole learning curve. So, and again, I cover this in the video that you guys will get tomorrow. Oh, and thank you for watching today's video. Those of you that did, and thank you for the comments and all of that shenanigans. And yeah, as I told you, I did warn you. I said, look, it's going to be a doom and gloom disaster clickbait title, but it's been a really good year. And I'm glad that you loved the positivity, and it's real. It has been a good year. Yeah, shitty stuff has happened, but it's been an amazing year. And next year, oh, well, this year now, it's going to be even better. I'm sure of it. But we're going to have a lot of stuff to learn. Anyway, it's going to be fun. Right, back to the comments. Don't be too worried about damp, as you could get damp in 1 year. Oh, right, okay. Oh, the same van is next to Mike P as we speak. If Boaty had kept Boo, would she have been able to tow the caravan? I've got no idea. I've got no idea, Andrew, is the honest answer to that. Wrinkle says, dodgy hookup leads invalidate your insurance. Well, there you go. Another very good reason why I need 2 electric hookup leads and not just 1. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that. So it's on the Amazon. There's one on its way from the lovely Steve. There's one on the Amazon doings, and as soon as finances permit, I'll just, I'll buy it myself, because I don't want Netty to have to. Well, I mean, we've got away with it. It's plugged in right now. It hasn't caught fire yet, but we don't want insurance invalidated or any of that thing. Boaty, gas bottle and hookup lead should come with the caravan. They're not, Jimmy. They are not. I assume that Chris is replacing the caravan with another one. I've not asked, and he's not told me. No doubt he will when we meet up. But the gas bottles and the hookup lead are not coming with. Because I asked, what do I need to get? And he said, you need to get hookup lead, you need gas bottles. So presumably, he's hanging on to those for his new caravan. But again, I can confirm that. But the point is that I'm going to have to get them. If somebody was giving up caravanning, then you'd obviously get the whole kit and caboodle. But if somebody's replacing one caravan with another, then obviously they're going to hang on to the bits and pieces that can be transferred. That's why I also need, whatever it's called, a waste monster and an aqua, sorry, not an Arctic roll. I need a waste monster and an Arctic roll. I've got no idea what they are, but I've been told I need them. And I'm sure somebody said they had some that I could have, but I can't remember who they were or where they are. When he gets an 807, that should be able to pull a Caravan, I'd have thought, says K-Gun 1. God, you try getting an 807. I did look out of mild interest, and there's not many around, and I'm not sure what the engine options are in them. I am going to have to seriously, potentially consider, although, right, I had an idea with Roger Boaty for the 2 months that Roger Boaty can't be on the seasonal pitch. Right, let me know what you think of this as an idea in the comments. Our seasonal pitch, if you remember, the next door pitch is not a seasonal, it's a normal pitch. And Roger Boaty has got twin motor movers. Now, I didn't know what they were, but apparently they make the Caravan work like a remote controlled car. You have a remote control and you can make the Caravan whiz around the campsite at 40 or 50 miles an hour, and you control it with your thing. And that sounds like fun. I'm going to do that after a bottle of wine. But I had a little thought, save all of the kerfuffle of packing away my home, my whole life, to take it to another site for 2 months and then move it back. Why don't I just move it on the motor movers, or whatever they're called, to the pitch next door and leave it there for 2 months? And then after 2 months, move it back. I wouldn't have to pack anything away. It would just trundle from one pitch a few yards to the next pitch. Now, it wouldn't be cheap, that's true. It would probably cost like 1,500 quid, something like that, for 2 months. But, you know, I'd have to pay to get it moved otherwise if it was going somewhere else. It would be going to somewhere that almost certainly wouldn't be anywhere near as nice. It would mean I didn't have to pack it away. And I'm hoping that in 10 months' time, when this is going to happen, I'm financially going to be a bit better blessed than I am currently. So, what do you think? That's got to be the easiest solution, hasn't it? Just move it next door for a couple of months on the old motor movers. Right, back to I gather caravans aren't subject to an MOT, says Raven. No, they're not. Is this model of caravan, asked JB3, popular with the people that travel? Not a clue, no idea. Insurance. Haven't heard Boaty mention insurance yet. Good point. Insurance. NETTY is insured on my classic fleet policy with whoever I insure with. Who is it? They sponsor Harry's Garage, and I can't remember what they're called. But NETTY's insured with them. And I suppose the caravan's going to have to be insured. I don't know anything about that, or who to insure it with, if it needs to be insured. I suppose it does, doesn't it? Haven't thought about that. If anybody knows, any of you caravanists out there, Mike P, Netty Kutch, let me know. Give me some clues. Hadn't thought about that. There's a lot that I've not realised I need to think about. Nissan Pathfinder, ideal towing vehicle. Richard says, Kegon, Officer Crabtree is more powerful and he could only just about do it, but not ideal. Oh, talking about I don't think Crabtree is powerful enough. So no, the Boo probably wouldn't have done it. I don't know. Frankie, bye. Good evening to you. I swear Boaty said that he'd been into Enigma Spa to do a deal with them with the Sherpa's Lodge, or did I dream that? You might have dreamt it, or I meant to have joked about it, but I've never been inside Enigma Spa. I do remember saying something about joking, trying to saying something about doing a reciprocal business deal, but no, I've never. I don't know who. I know who used to own it way back in the day, because way back in the day when I was a motor dealer person, I did a lot of dealings with somebody who owned a lot of massage parlours, and that was one of them that he owned, and he was a lovely guy. I wouldn't have wanted to have fallen out with him, because God, he was a big sod, and he had even bigger people dressed in orange overalls who dealt with things for him. Now, admittedly, I had Kenny, who was not somebody you'd want to get on the wrong side of, but I'd have thought twice about putting Kenny up against his orange overall guys. Bloody hell, they were scary. I mean, they were nice, but, you know, if they were performing their professional role, fuck, you know. They'd have scared the shit out of you. But I've got no idea who owns it now, and I've certainly never been in there. Snow for Wales tonight, says Mike P. Hopefully in the caravan. Awesome. Any snow where Boaty's going, I wonder, asks Emma. No, I've been warned about weather, so I checked the weather forecasts, and here it's going to be a little chilly, but above freezing and bright sunlight. Where I may be going on Monday, and I've got no idea what's happening on Monday yet. Depends what Chris comes back with and how I feel on Sunday night. But I would love to take Nettie to Caravan for our first winter wild camp. And I checked the weather there, and it's going to be raining, wet, but above freezing. No snow, no ice. Anyway, we'll see about Monday. I mean, I desperately want to do something. Take Nettie to Lickpenny, take her to Carnarvon on a proper road trip. She's hardly moved, but there's a very real chance that by the time that I get another weekend under my belt and a few more late nights and whatever, there's a chance that on Monday I'm going to be fit for nothing, and all I'm going to want to do is sleep all day. So we will see. Hedgehog of Truth question from Richard. If you knew at the time before the cottage situation and were wanting to buy a caravan, would you have used the loan to go in on the Sherpa's Lodge? Hang on, I don't understand that. If you knew at the time before the cottage situation, so before the eviction notice, would you have used the loan to go in on the Sherpa's Lodge? I don't really get that, but I wouldn't need a loan to go in on the Sherpa's Lodge. Or I shouldn't, anyway. So I don't really get that. So I might not be... Well, I'm trying to answer it honestly. I don't think that would ever have arisen. I can't see why it should. I still want the Sherpa's Lodge. And once I've sorted the situation with the caravan, with Roger Boaty, so that I've got a home, or 2 homes with Netty, then I will properly go to work on the Sherpa's Lodge and, you know, corner the landlord and say, right, come on, what are we doing? I need to move furniture. But a loan would never have been required. No, it wouldn't, because no, it wouldn't, because it's going to be the chances are, well, it's going to be a commercial lease. Oh, I don't know. That's probably a subject for maybe another video, but I would not and will not need to raise a loan for the Sherpa's Lodge, and I wouldn't do it anyway. I wouldn't borrow money. It's oh God. Realistically, I was talking about this with Paul and Rick in the restaurant on last night. Realistically, what's going to happen with the Sherpa's Lodge? The landlord is remote, down on the south coast. I'm saying, look, get it sorted, or reasonably sorted. As I understand it, all it needs now are carpets and decorating, painting the walls. What's he going to do with it? What's he going to do with it? It'd be a nightmare trying to get a standard let on that. It'd be a nightmare anyway. Never mind the Renters Act going through in a couple of months. So realistically, I'm kind of his best option, if not his only option. So I'll just nail him down. We'll get the caravan sorted, and then I'll just nail him down. Or I'll try to, anyway. And I'll just get it added to either the existing commercial lease for the restaurant, or a new commercial lease for a new business. And there won't be any money changing hands. Not immediately, anyway. In fact, I will say to him, and this is kind of the half-formed plan, that, look, just, you don't need this headache, and he really doesn't need this headache. So I'll say, right, let me inspect it, give me the keys, let me get some people to inspect it, find out exactly what's needed to finish it, and we will do a deal. I'll take the headache off you. I will take it on, we'll do a lease, blah, 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 and I will take it as it is, but depending on what my people say, then it's going to be, the lease will be a non-payment lease for the first however many months is needed in order to get it up to a level where it can be something like that. I haven't thought it through exactly, but I don't think he's got any other viable option. I really don't. And he can't be arsed with it, and I can. And I kind of think that puts me in the pound seats, especially as I'm going to be there. I'm around. I could organise that. I could easily organise it, getting it sorted and finished, and so on. And obviously, I wouldn't need to do that on an individual basis. I could do it through the company, and then I'd have you know, all of the backup, and it would just become part of the Kathmandu Gurkha doings. but a part that I would individually control and run. And that would work, because I'm part of the Kathmandu Gurkha doings. That's the idea. I'm still going to be, theoretically, unless things have changed, I'm going to be running the hotel. It's all these are my ideas. I got these things to happen. And yeah, so, oh, look at the time. I'm knackered. Right, I'll whiz through the comments and Niska, hello. Right, okay, here we go. Snow in Aberdeen? Aberdeen. Oh, it'd be fun if Mustard came to film it, wouldn't it? Disco 2 for towing. I'd love a Disco 3. I've wanted a Disco 3 for a long time. Yep, says Alan, you have corner legs that go down and you can put bits of wood under them to level things up. And you can put wood under the wheels too. That sounds a bit bloody... Hedgehog of Truth, says Survive Thrive. How can I get a loan off Santander? What did you say, Boaties? I need to get a loan. I didn't think they would loan against a Caravan. I don't know what you would need to say. If you're asking how did I get a loan, I got a guarantor. And that made everything okay. I would not have had a chance in hell of getting a loan off my own bat. No chance. But I got a guarantor. I got somebody to stand guarantor for the loan, so that if I renege on it, then they've got a known quantity who they fully accept to go with. So I don't know your individual circumstances intimately, but that's how I did it. And I wouldn't have been able to do it without that guarantor. I don't want a Discovery 2, but a Discovery 3, oh yes. Celtic Rose, hello. Hedgehog of Truth question from Wrinkles. Have you ever run out of clean pants and just gone through your wash basket to find a suitable used pair? No, never, because I'm better organised than that. And even if I wasn't, I'd always have my sex pants or the NETTY sex pants to use. I've never worn dirty underwear because I can't organise clean stuff. Hedgehog of Truth question from Jim's Rants. When I said last night a few things about what's going on in the world, you basically implied I'm cuckoo. Then in the next breath, implied the same by saying you will buy land. Jim's Rants, I've got a problem with you. And the problem that I've got with you is comments that you made that were deleted by the mods. Now, you made one particular comment that, unfortunately for you, I saw. It had been deleted, but I saw it. Because I can view comments that have been deleted by the mods. And you made this comment. I'll have to paraphrase slightly. But I'm not going to be far off the mark. The discussion at the time was something about immigrants and so on. And you said something like, you can't blame me. I used to be, or I am, or I used to be a P word, abbreviation of Pakistani, basher. And you said it with pride, Jim's Rants. In other words, you were delighted and proud to announce that you were one of the people that used to go around inflicting violence upon people who had a different skin tone to you. You might have thought, who knows what your motivations were, but if you didn't realise, I am a child of immigrants, I am mixed race, and for a lot of my childhood, the beginning of my childhood, then I was beaten up by people like you. And I didn't know why. I didn't know why people like you were hurting me and frightening me and making my life really awful, because I didn't understand your mindset. I'm just me, and I didn't understand why my mother couldn't get served in pubs, and why people like you, whenever I went to school or went to the local shopping centre, wanted to hurt me, to hit me, to beat me up. And I still don't understand it now. And for me, it stopped when I was taught to fight. And when somebody confronted me, then I could solve the problem with a good straight left or right hook and put them on their asses. But it shouldn't need to be like that. And when you made that comment, Jim's Rants, even though it was deleted very quickly by my amazing mods, and thank you for that, mod team, I saw that comment and I hated you. And I'll be honest, I still hate you, because that's an awful thing. You just talk generally about P word bashing. You didn't think about the individuals. You didn't think about their individual circumstances. You just have a mindset that means that it's okay for you to be proud of going around inflicting violence and misery and terror on people because they have a different skin tone to you. And as the victim of that made me hate you. And I didn't want to hate you. And I don't want to hate you now. So I kind of glossed over that. Now, when I saw that comment, and there was a lot of chat in the moderation chat that we have going on behind the scenes with the MHM, and I said, did I imagine this, or did he say that? And it was confirmed by numerous moderators that, yeah, you did. But I like to try to be fair and to believe the best. And so I didn't action anything. I could have easily blocked you, taken you out of the live streams, and I didn't, because I thought maybe the community means something to you and maybe you're not that person anymore. Now, the comments that you're referring to specifically now, they're slightly different, but having seen that about you, then I was likely to question anything that you mentioned thereafter. And earlier today, as some of you will be aware, some of you will not, you decided to leave comments on my most recent video telling everybody that I'm a fake, that I'm this, that I'm that, and it's not very nice, really, is it? I mean, it's not true, but it's also just not very nice. And I kind of think it says more about you than it does about me. And that means that I've got a problem with you. And again, I've not blocked you. I didn't delete your comment or the replies to your comment, despite the fact that they are pretty awful in nature. And again, this bears repeating, despite the fact that you are proud to have inflicted violence upon people with a different skin tone when they've done nothing to deserve being terrorized and their life made a misery. So yeah, I've got a bit of a problem with you, mate. And you said at the end of your comments that you've unsubscribed and you didn't want to be part of this channel. And I thought, I'm quite glad about that, because it means that you're a problem that I don't have to deal with, because you've made the decision that you don't want to be part of the channel and this community. But I did wonder whether there would be a bit more, and there is, and you're here. So I believe in facing things head on. I've not deleted your comments. I've not blocked you. Nothing like that. And I'll just tell you why I've got a bit of a problem with you. I don't want to dislike you. I don't want to hate you. But you kind of made me want to, because I don't know what age you are, but I'm of a generation. I am mixed race. I'm a lot lighter skinned now than I was when I was a child. When I was a child, I was the only person that was in any way non-white in the area, in my school, blah, blah, blah. And I got bullied because of it, and I got beaten because of it. And my family suffered racial abuse, which was, frankly, undeserved. And I still struggle with that to this day. So when I saw that comment that had been deleted when I saw it, but I didn't even trust my own memory. I asked my moderation team, including the moderator who deleted it. And you said proudly, you can't blame me, I was a P-word basher. In other words, you did your best to... I don't know where to go with this. I don't know where to go with that. But yeah, I've got a problem with you, mate. Maybe I am out of step. Maybe I'm not in tune with the community. But as far as I'm aware, the majority of our lovely community are aware that I am mixed race, that I have mixed racial heritage. And as far as I'm aware, the majority of us do not believe that those who may be immigrants or children of immigrants or grandchildren of immigrants, or who may just happen to have a different skin tone, I think the majority of us don't think that it's okay to kick the shit out of them because they're a bit browner than you are. If I'm wrong, tell me. But I think that's kind of the dynamic here. I think that we are all decent people. And when somebody comes in and makes a statement like that on a live stream in my home, when I've welcomed them into my home and my community, and they are proud to be P-word bashers, it gives me a problem. Maybe you'll understand where I was coming from with that. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll just want to carry on telling everybody that I'm a terrible fake and this, that, and the other. I just don't think that what you said and have done is okay. Is that okay? Good evening, sir. Happy New Year. Happy New
Good
Year.
evening, sir. Happy New Year. Come on, lad. Try and calm yourself down a little bit, guy. You know what I mean? I know what you're going through and what you've been through when you were younger and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, come on. I married an immigrant. I married a Pole, for Christ's sake. You know
did.
what I mean?
You did.
And I must admit, I don't agree with the way they're coming in via Kent and all the rest of it. But I would no more dream of running down with a stick and battering them than anything else. It's down to our government to get rid of them all, not us. You know, because there's no women and children coming across anymore. It's all young men. I just have a look at it for yourself, Boaty. It's just all young fellas coming across on these dinghies. No women or children.
I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to say that it's not all right. Right, we're talking about...
No, it's not all right, but the government shouldn't let so many in. That's all I'm saying.
Why not? Why not?
Because we haven't got the infrastructure. They're kicking us out of our houses to let them in. You know, that's where I think it's wrong. If we had the room for them, then fair enough.
Give me one example. Give me one example of...
Look, we've got Brits living on the streets. We've even had servicemen, ex-servicemen, living on lawns in tents.
Yeah, and were they removed from their own homes in order to be replaced by an immigrant?
They've gone and done the service. They've come back thinking they're going to get back into a home, into a flat and all the rest of it.
Thinking.
But then the government, like their local council, has said, no, you can't have a flat, but all these immigrants can. You know, so it is wrong in a lot of ways. And I'm not going to get, you know, I'm not going to start. And it's okay saying bollocks, Raven. You're not even here. You know, and all these government people are saying, oh, we don't see a problem. No, you don't see a problem because none of the immigrants live near you. I mean, I've got none living near me, and I've got no problem with them. I know a couple of, can I say, Pakistani gentlemen and families, and they're the nicest people you can meet.
Yes.
But at the same time, I still think they're letting too many into the country and not looking after our own wealth. That's all I'm trying to say. If they look after us as well as they look after them, then brilliantly.
So where do you stand on people P-word bashing? Just going around...
I don't agree with it.
Right. So am I justified in potentially taking some issue with somebody who said, I've tried to solve the problem, I've gone around and beat up people with a darker skin than me?
Nobody should beat anybody up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then I've got to come back at it and say, look at it in London now. How many people are getting stabbed and how many young girls are getting raped?
I've got no idea. I don't live in London.
I'm not saying it's, how can I say this, the P word, but it's mainly Asians and everything that's doing it all. You know, when that Lee Rigby got his head chopped off, they weren't Brits. And yet they got away with it, you know what I mean? And
of course, no white British people have ever committed a violent crime, have they?
Of course they have. The British what's it? When we were the, what's that word for it? The British Empire.
Yeah.
We were just as bad, if not worse, than anybody else.
We were worse than anybody else.
I did say just as bad, if not worse, yeah.
You did. Look, we are... I adore you. I will just say that. I adore you to bits. And I understand what you're trying to say. We are a simple little community that cling together on a nightly basis. It's not our place or our position to try and solve the problems of the UK or the problems of the world. What I'm saying is that simply this, that I, as whatever, the host of the live streams, I am mixed race, I and my family suffered appalling racial abuse back in the 1970s and 80s, where people would attack us, beat us, hurt us, without knowing who we were, what our story was, simply because we were a slightly different colour. And when somebody comes into our beautiful community and says, "Yes, I used to do that. Aren't I clever?" I've got an issue with it.
Yeah, I fully understand your point, Boaty. Don't worry, I do understand it, and I think it's wrong. He said what he said, but you know, I don't agree with what happened to you when you was younger either. You know, just because you had a different skin colour doesn't mean say you should get beaten.
No, I didn't think it should either, to be honest.
The only point I was trying to say is, I know a few Pakistani people that I get on well with. You know, they're the nicest people you can go.
They're
Took them
just
to a wedding,
people.
and it was-
They're just
They're
people.
just people. But the trouble is, they're letting so many in now, and they're like, as anything else, the minority is spoiling it for the majority.
That's a different point. And that is up for debate. But
Yeah, well, we've no time to debate that tonight,
it
unfortunately.
is getting a bit late, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, immigration policy and whatnot, and illegal immigration. Yeah, there is obviously stuff there, but just random beating up brown people, it's not okay. We agree on that much.
Yeah, because I remember the days when that used to happen and people were so proud of doing it.
Yeah, I remember it because people were so proud of doing it to me.
Yeah, that's what it was all wrong. It was all wrong.
I've got so many stories of when I tried to just do normal things, go to school, go to the local shopping centre, and I got the shit kicked out of me by people that I didn't know, just because it was a completely white area, and at that point in my life, I looked very obviously non-completely white. And I just thought it was an outrage that they kicked the shit out of me. And do you know what? Do you know the real thing about this? It hurt. I don't mean it hurt emotionally. I don't mean that I felt offended. I mean, they hurt me. They caused physical pain for no reason. And I thought, well, that's not right. And the only way that I could find to deal with it, and I didn't find it, my father found it. I learned to box and I learned to street fight, and I fought them back and I sat them all on their asses. But it shouldn't have to be like that.
No, you should be able to go anywhere, be whatever colour you want, and just be able to walk around.
Yeah, where's the mindset? Where is the mindset of somebody that would proudly say, yes, I violently attack brown-skinned people without knowing... That's what got me. That's what got me. I understand the point you're making about the political elements.
We could have a 24-hour live stream here and still never get to agree on lots of things. You know
We
what I mean?
probably will do at some point, let's face it. When I need an extended fag break.
The cheeky sod. Yeah.
But
I'm just trying to say, you know, I think the government could do better by treating us better, or as well as they're treating the immigrants. They seem to get everything at the moment. So, yeah, that's just my point of view.
we will...
I don't go around beating people up because they're doing it, but that's just my point of view.
Well, thank you. Thank you for not beating people up.
I can't run fast enough to catch any bugger. No.
Bless you, mate.
Okay, my friend. You take care. Get back to your stream and I'll disappear again.
It's time. Well, it's time for us all to disappear, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Right, start saying your good nights, darlings.
Right. Good night, Boaty. Good night, chap.
Good night, mate. Catch you soon. There is a discussion there to be had because there is undoubtedly possibly media inflated reasons for people to go down a particular road, but the specific comment that I'm talking about was historical. Nobody's talked about P bashing for years. That's the 70s and 80s. P is the abbreviation for Pakistani, you know. That was the 70s and 80s things. Now, nobody talks about that because they're not perceived as the problem. Yeah, there's obviously a groundswell of opinion regarding immigration, legal and illegal. The specific comment that I really took offence to was more historical and indicative of a certain mindset. And yeah, it became a personal thing. And that was furthered when, you know, I have to sit and look at a video that I put out and comments where somebody is telling everybody that I'm fake, I'm this, I'm that, I'm the other. Yeah, on one hand, if you put yourself out there on social media, you have to accept that. And I do. I let the comment stand. I have not deleted it. I will not delete it. And I've not blocked anybody or anything like that, but I've just got a bit of an issue with it, you know? And if that makes me the odd man out, then so be it. Right, say your goodnights. Let's catch up with some comments. Good point, Robbo the man. Just for clarity, Ben isn't connected to the Tasty Classics. Just thought it isn't fair as people think he is. Yeah, there were comments like that. It's somebody, I'll find out who afterwards. It's somebody doing a name swap thing. Matchmakers, good evening to you. Oh, excuse me. Right, I'm going to have to whiz through these a bit. Helen, oh, my cousin Helen, who knows my history and my childhood and the problems with racism better than anybody else. Ask her how things were for us. Hello, Hel. Hope you're well. Let's make plans to meet up very soon. It's been way too long. Hedgehog of Truth question from Mike P. Boaty, after a staff curry and a couple of bottles of wine, and you were desperate for a doings, would you use the Netty piss pot? I don't understand that, because the Netty piss pot is where I save my £2 coins. Do you mean would I? I don't understand that, so I can't answer it entirely. Jim's rants. You look about as mixed race as Cilla Black. Do I need to justify myself to you? Again, ask Helen. Oh, hang on. We've got a thing. Oh, where's that gone? Oh, okay, right. Oh. Unfortunately, it looks like this celebratory stream isn't going to end well. Right. Let's gird our loins and go through the comments that are to come. I look about as mixed race as Cilla Black. Okay. Well, does that matter, Jim's Rants? Do you only watch me because you think that I'm one of you? I'm completely white. I'm no threat to the white British way of life. I don't know where your head is at. I'm mixed race. My grandfather was black. My mother was half caste, or whatever the term is now. I'm mixed race. I was a lot darker when I was younger. I looked almost fully black when I was born. As it happens, my skin tone has lightened over the years. Nothing to do with anything that I've done, it's just the way that it's worked out. But I am what I am. I am mixed race, and rather proud of that, actually. And if you want the absolute confirmation, and this is how I learned it, I didn't really realise that I was properly mixed race. Here you go, hedgehog of truth. The first time that I've told this story before, it's not the first time. The first time I had intimate relations with a black woman, she said, you are of black descent. And this is while we were in the middle of it. We'd got down to it, we were in the middle of it, and she said, I can't remember the exact words, but something along the lines of, you know, you're of black descent. I said, what? Why? Where? How? She said, you've got black man's balls. You've got black man's balls. I said, what? Yes. I mean, it's funny listening to it now. But she said, seriously. I said, how did you know? Because I didn't tell people. And at this point, I was in my early 20s, and it wasn't potentially entirely obvious. But she said, you've got black man's balls. That can't happen. You're mixed race, aren't you? And I said, well, yeah, but I never knew that I had, I never knew that my balls were more mixed race than the rest of me. So there you go, black man's balls. I'll never forget that. I will never forget that. But yeah, the truth is, if you want the whole history, Jim's Rants or anybody else, my maternal grandmother was raped by a Bermudan lawyer who also played cricket and was visiting London, and he date raped my grandmother. My mother was the result of that date rape, and because she came from a bloody awful family and was mixed race, then my mother, unfortunately, God rest her soul, fucking hell, I'm going to get annoyed by this. Because she was mixed race, my mother didn't matter. So my mother, at a very young age, was given to my uncle. I'm going to name him. Helen. I apologise. My cousin Helen, who knows about all of this. I apologise. My uncle, or great uncle, Richard Slatcher, he was the local paedophile. He ran the scouts groups and all of that, so he had access to children. The village Curdworth, I'm going to fucking name everything. I'm annoyed now. Yeah, I'm going to name it all. The village Curdworth were terrified of my great uncle Richard Slatcher because he was a paedophile. My mother was given to him as a plaything. so that the rest of the village, their children, were safe. Let that sink in. And of course, my mother got to the age of 16, escaped, went to London, did her nurse training, became a pretty successful adult, suffered racism all of her life, became very attracted to my father because my father was, you all know who my father was. And when she encountered racial intolerance, as she did, my father was on hand to sort it out. For example, they went to, near where my business was in Beeley, they went to a pub. This is in the 1970s, so, you know, long time ago. They went to a pub called the Village Inn in Beeley, my dad and my mum. They weren't my dad and my mum at the time. They went into the pub and ordered a drink, and they were told that, I'm sorry, we don't serve coloureds, because my mother was coloured. And my father accepted that and left after knocking the fuck out the landlord. He did a lot of that, my father. Quite rightly. Quite bloody rightly. And as a kid, we moved when I was quite young to an area that was entirely white. And I was obviously not entirely white. And I got bullied and I got the shit kicked out of me. And my life was fucking miserable every day. To the extent that, oh, and let's add into the mix that when my mother became of an age where she escaped, then she was replaced by me and my siblings. So we became my paedophile uncle's playthings, didn't we? Lovely, because we didn't matter. We were darker skinned. And after escaping that, we went to Redditch in Worcestershire, and I still got the shit kicked out of me, and I got frightened, and I got terrorised on a daily basis. And at some point, enough was enough, and my dad taught me to box and taught me to street fight. And I learned that the only way you can deal with these people is to resort to what they do to you, mindless physical violence. And that was it. And gradually, when you get a reputation for when anybody attacks you, and if it's a group of them, you pick the biggest, most aggressive one first, and you cause some damage to them. Or if it's one-on-one, you just obliterate them. Then gradually, they stop doing it. It was fucking horrible. God, it was horrible. It shouldn't have to be like that. Seriously, it shouldn't be like that. I was a kid. I was just a kid. And even if you're an adult, then it's not right. It's just horrible. And when I see somebody boast about you know, gradually times changed and you were viewed in a different way, but clearly there's still a thing. And I just hate that blind. You only see a skin colour, and that's enough to hurt them. That's awful. That's awful. I'm an arrogant man, but I've never been so arrogant that I believe that I have the right to inflict pain on somebody else. I just think that's the lowest of the low. What a horrible way to have to end what was a celebratory live stream. I'm really, really sorry about that. Right, say your goodnights if you haven't already. When the time comes, says Jim's Rants, some people will see I am right. Very soon this country is going to go up big time. Women and kids will not be safe. They are not now. Well, not from you. Not if they're brown skinned, certainly. Fucking hell. Really? Really? In our community? In our lovely little community where we do no harm to anybody, we cling together, we get each other through the days and through the nights. Really? You want to put this in there? What's up with you?
Hello, Boaty. Rather unfortunate timing, but I have a birthday song to sing to somebody, if
Oh,
you don't
okay.
mind. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, JBW71.
Oh, is it their birthday?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Hope it's a good one for you.
Oh, bless you. Happy birthday, JB71. I don't know, is it today or yesterday? Anyway, happy birthday. JB3 says, so I understand you used to cycle boating. Oh, God, really? Really? That's it. Thank you for that. We've got a lovely community. We don't need this. We don't need this. And seriously, if you're of that mindset, then just go away. We don't want you. We don't welcome you. That's not who we are. That's not what this is about. I'm not liking some of the comments that I'm reading here. Spin to win slots. Fuck right off. Fuck off. You've never commented before, as far as I'm aware. Fuck off. Stay fuck off. And if you can, fuck off a little bit further. Please. Thank you. I would appreciate that. Oh my God. Right, we're going to have to do something here, guys. We're going to have to do something here because there are people here that shouldn't be here. There are people here that should not be here. Paola says, congratulations, Jim's rants. You fucked up 2 or more live streams during the little festive fun we've had. Do this on your channel that gets about 30 or 40 views per video. Despite the fact that he's a YouTube expert, he can't get more than 40 views on his own videos. And bring back Jean-Marc. Yeah, just fuck off. Oh, this is really going tits up, isn't it? Oh, this is so not what this is supposed to be about. Oh, for fuck's sake, really? Oh my God, really? Yeah, I've had enough and I'm off as well. We're going to have to, we are going to have to seriously address the community dynamic, and we will continue to be an inclusive community who welcomes anybody until they make themselves unwelcomable. Oh my God. I agree, Robbo the man. Jonathan, really? Yeah, people are just disappearing now. Okay. Right. Yeah, we need, yeah, absolutely, we need a house cleaning. God above, how did this happen? Right, okay, right, let's take some action here. No way is he mixed race, afraid, I agree. Jim's rants. I'm fucking sick and tired of you. Right, yeah, let's just get rid of you. Boom. Jim's rants is gone. Anybody else want to go with him? Right, well, this live stream has been absolutely ruined. I'll keep going until 1 a.m. If anybody else wants to come up with something hateful or awful or generally rotten, do it now and I will get rid of you before 1 a.m. So, yeah, do your worst. And I can assure you that you won't be missed. Yeah, what has happened to our lovely community? This has always been my go-to place. Sorry to see this tonight. Yeah, it's awful. It's awful. Sadly, this is a platform for toxic crap. Right, well, we'll just clamp down on it. We'll just get rid of them. So I've got, Jim's rants has gone. You will not see him again. Anybody else? Anybody else want to be disappeared as well? Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Right. Hi, mate.
Hello, mate. It's only me again.
I know.
Yeah. I'm sorry it's all turned out like this for you. I only voiced my opinion of it, but people in chat are going absolutely vicious. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, we'll deal with it.
And, you know, they're all saying, oh, mods are doing the best. They'll get rid of them all, I'm sure, you know? Yeah, it's been a bit of a weird stream, hasn't it? Just a bit weird.
It's not what it's about. We're not here to solve political
It isn't,
questions.
no. I mean, people are here to support each other and look after each other. You know what I mean? So, I don't know what you're going to do. All you can do is get rid of those that we're really badly and everything. And
right.
if you think I'm bad, you know, you can always, if you want to get rid of me, you can do, you know what I mean?
No, you're okay.
No,
you're okay. We're talking at the moment. We're going to have a moderators meeting over the next 24 hours before the next live stream, and we will make sure that this situation doesn't happen again. People are here who are. I don't mind what people's personal beliefs are, to some extent. If they action them in terms of, you know, beating people up, then obviously that's not okay. Their personal feelings, that's okay. When it comes to the community, then, you know, just behave accordingly. That's all that we ask. Some people haven't. Some people have let their true feelings be shown. We will go through and we will remove people accordingly,
Yeah.
purely in order so that the community dynamic can continue in a happy and healthy way. Because whatever some of you out there want to cause or want to be part of, this isn't it for us. We've got
No.
a happy community. We've had it for 4 years. And
We all come in here to get away from the shit in the world.
yeah, we're not going to let you ruin it. So, by all means, please, wrinkles, show your true colours. Show your true colours. It will just make us easier to fuck you off.
Yeah, no,
Simple.
I'm sorry it's still like this tonight. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, me too, but there you go.
You know. Well, yeah. I mean, you may do fall out, but we get over it and carry on, don't we? You know what I mean?
We did. After I spent 900 quid on an MOT to prove that it wasn't a
Yeah.
fake one. Bloody hell. Fucking hell, you cost me a fortune.
I know. Oh, that could have cost you money. And it wasn't spent on me, you dozy bugger. It should have been spent on me.
Oh, well. Okay, mate. Right. Well, let's all start off
Okay.
to bed. It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, good night, Boaty. I'll let you finish off with the rest of the chat. Okay.
Yeah, I
Good
think
night.
we're done
Good night.
now, aren't we?
Right, good night.
Okay, good night, mate. And on that note, it's time to say good night to all of you. This live stream has been horrendous, awful. One of the only live streams that I really haven't enjoyed. Hopefully, we've learned what we need to do to... It's not about not hearing the truth or silencing people or anything like that. We're all different people. We've all got our opinions. Just be here for the right reason. Be here because you want to be part of the community. And don't be an arsehole. If you turn up and you're an arsehole, or if you're sitting on the outskirts and you don't comment, and when you comment, whatever the actual comment is, you actually say, hello, I'm an arsehole. We'll just get rid of you because this is too important to allow people like you to bugger up, basically. So, goodbye, Jim's rants. You won't be missed. Oh dear. Right, quick look at the rest of the comments, and we are really... Oh, thank you, moderators. Yeah, you have been incredibly busy tonight, and some of the stuff that has been said tonight is just appalling. And there are some pretty awful people in the world, apparently, as we're finding out. People coming out of the woodwork. People that we didn't know were even watching. Well, Happy New Year, everybody. Happy birthday, Netty. Happy birthday to the channel and the community. Sorry that it all went tits up, because some people are just not nice people. What can you do? What can you do? Don't let this put you off. We'll have a good moderators meeting over the space in the next 12 hours, and we will figure out how to deal with this so that this doesn't happen again. So there you go. What a fucking awful way to have to end it. What an awful way to have to end it. See, I have to read this now. Okay. There we are. There we are. Lee Makers, who I've never seen before, says, the only thing what has put me off is being ignored. Is the channel always like this? Well, no, and I've never seen you before. Otherwise, you would have been kind of welcomed. Right, I've had enough of this. Let's put a stop to it. Let's get some supper. Let's go to bed. And let's make sure that things get better. Spoke up for the last 2 nights, Boaty. Ask others. Lee, you know, I deal with people that have been with me for 4 years. You've been here for 2 nights. It's a busy live stream. I've got hundreds of people watching. I've got hundreds of people commenting. I miss stuff. Over 4 years, I will get to know you. Over 2 nights, I haven't got a clue who you are or what your intentions are. I don't recall ever replying to one of your comments on my videos, and I reply to all of them. So apologies. Stick around and I will get to know you. Exactly, JB3, exactly. Right, I will leave you all to argue this out amongst yourselves. If this is repeated going forwards, then it's going to be a no tolerance policy. Those of you that, oh God, I don't want this to get divisive. Just don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. Or at least don't be repeatedly a dick. We're all dicks occasionally and we forgive each other, but don't be a non-forgivable, relentless dick and you'll be all right. Right, okay. Oh, God. Right. Okay, darlings. Hasn't this been lovely? Let me wish you all a safe and peaceful night and a good day tomorrow. May the new day and the new year bring you joy, may it bring you pleasure. At the very least, may it be manageable. I can't wait to see you tomorrow night, which will be the first of the 2 short but sweets, starting later, 11:30, and shorter, theoretically. And that was a wine burp. The candle will be relit tomorrow night, 11:30. Do please join me and us then, unless you're a total dick. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. In the meantime, all the love in the world from me. And on that note, happy birthday, Netty. Happy birthday, channel. Happy birthday, community. Happy birthday, JB71. And on that note, Peugeot, and indeed, a very tired, oh yes, Bosh. Good night, darlings.